As I start this video, I would like to preface that I've platinumed Persona 5. And no, I'm not talking about the cakewalk of Persona 5 Royal. I mean the base original Persona 5. I've sat through 2 hours worth of supernovas from an emo demigod with mommy issues. Guys, I'm a Kingdom Hearts fan. Essentially, what I'm trying to say is I've seen the worst of the worst when it comes to this genre. With that out of the way, I can confidently say with my whole chest, Shin Megami Tensei is the worst fucking RPG I've ever played. Lads, I've never played something that fills me up with so much joy, and in just a couple seconds makes me want to commit mass murder. And I wish I could say that ironically, but the things that I've said and the things that I've thought while playing this game are so damn heinous that I'm pretty sure even Satan fears me. I hate this game. And I can say that. But I also feel as though I have some weird type of Stockholm syndrome when it comes to this game because I can't seem to put it down. I've given up on many RPGs. Final Fantasy 15, I don't even know if Final Fantasy 13, I don't even know if I'm going to return to that game anytime soon. Kingdom Hearts 3 took me like 2 years to beat that game just because I was so bored of it. The things I've been put through while playing this game, Shin Megami Tensei 4, it's made me go through mood swings and feelings of grandeur and pure hatred for the world and the developers so many times that I sit here and I wonder, why do I play this game? You know, gamers talk a lot. We talk a lot. And one thing I know about gamers is when gamers say a game is hard, essentially all they're saying is that it takes more brain power than just button mashing. I mean, specifically in the Persona fan base, people always talk about Persona 3 is hard. No, it's not. It just takes more. You just can't use, I'll just use my most powerful attack and I'll beat the boss that way. Yeah, mate, you're gonna get fucked. Persona 3 just takes more preparation and more consideration for the skills and your weaknesses than all the other Persona games. Excuse me, the newer Persona titles. And that's also coincidentally why it's one of my favorite of the newer Persona games. So when I hopped into SMT4, I expected it to be not the same as Persona 3, obviously, but I expected it to be the same of like, okay, I'll just have to manage my my skills and my weaknesses and make sure I'm always getting new demons, which essentially that's what the game is. It's very similar to Persona 3 in that way, which is cool. I love the combat in this game. The combat is fun. I enjoy it. It's not as difficult as what I thought it was when I first joined the fandom, specifically the Persona fandom, hearing about SMT. The thing about this game is that, how do I put this into words? To put it simply, the worst of the worst human beings are the ones behind the development of this game. If Atlas Japan, P Studios, are the ones that make Persona, those guys over in that section of the studio are like the seniors in high school who look at the freshmen and give them tips and tricks on how to study, make sure they're spending their time correctly, time management and all that, making sure they're joining clubs, having fun, just making sure their high school experience is cool. The Dons who make SMT, these dudes don't even go to the school, but somehow they're still in the hallways pranking you, doing all types of shit to make your high school experience the worst that it can ever be. But the worst thing about it is that years later, they'll look back at the memories and be like, we were such good friends back in high school. Remember when we used to play together? It's like, no, bitch! I wanted to fucking die when you were there. Hardcore example almost sounded like a projection, but that's legitimately how this game feels. So the combat, we've already established the combat, it's not hard. It just takes a learning curve compared to other JRPGs where some mechanics aren't useful, whereas in this game, you gotta use everything. The thing that makes this game difficult, and before I say this, let me just say, if you haven't noticed already by my juvenile voice and feminine energy coupled with my profile picture, yes, I am in fact Gen Z. I realize what I'm about to say is sort of a meme, but I don't give a fuck. It's bullshit, and I'll tell you why. This game does not hold your hand for shit! And what I mean by that is I'm not talking about the combat. I already told you, I fucking love the combat. I'm talking about what the hell am I doing, man? I played this game for 60 fucking hours, man, and I have no clue what the fuck I am doing, man.
Hey guys, so I've come to the conclusion that most of this game's playtime is allocated to randomly getting over by enemies and spending most of your time looking at a guide because there's no clear answer on where to go. I bought this game to have fun. Not to always contemplate death and be staring at Google Maps!
So my first Persona game was Persona 4. I used a guide. Like I used a Johnny Awesome walkthrough, bro. Shout out to Johnny Awesome, bro. I used his joint probably for the first freaking dungeon alone, and then after that I got acquainted with how Persona 4 plays. Tell me how I am halfway through this fucking game and I am still on the Johnny Awesome playthrough, man. Fuck! Like, my main gripe with this game, yeah, is that there will be some quests, some shit where it'll just be all like, oh yeah, you gotta go to this place in Shinjuku to get the fucking corn on a cob because the fucking samurai tradition was to eat corn on the cob on the 15th day of December. And it's all like, okay, let me go to Shinjuku and pick up this fucking corn on a cob. But it turns out the corn on the cob only appears on a certain fucking day in this certain building in Shinjuku. But there's multiple fucking buildings in Shinjuku. And every freaking 15 seconds you move, there's a fucking enemy there to push your shit in. And it's like, bro, man, I'm just here for the fucking corn on a cob, man. Like, I'm not here for this bullshit, man. Where's the fucking building? Stop giving me all these damn enemies, man. It's like, I actually got fed up with the game. Like, I'll tell you what point I am at. I really don't know whose fucking decision it was. Like I said, this Persona was developed by fucking saints who were just all like, you know what? We created the worst fucking RPG known to man. So let's grace them with something not as simple and easy as Pokemon, but we'll give them a little bit of a kick before we proceed to push their asshole in with shit. And ew, why would you even yuck? Why would you say that? So, JRPGs, this might be a hot take, but I feel as though some people might come to this realization and after years of playing them and they haven't even noticed this. But JRPGs are not fun. Specifically JRPGs, I'm not talking about action RPGs like Yakuza or like does Devil May Cry even, I don't even know. You know what I mean by those. JRPGs, Pokemon, Persona, SMT, them lot, Final Fantasy. They are not fun. To put it simply, do you play a JRPG for the combat, or do you usually play it for the story and the characters and the environment and the overall atmosphere of the game? Because that is the main reason why I play JRPGs. Because realistically, they're all the same. They all play the same besides some outliers that shift things up. All JRPGs play the exact same. So the thing that brings you to enjoying a JRPG is the combat, the atmosphere, everything that I just previously said. Well, I absolutely love and I adore what is going on in SMT4. It is so damn cool. I'm not going to say any spoilers or anything like that, but it is the coolest fucking idea that I've ever seen in a video game. I've actually seen it's actually kind of similar to what I seen earlier in like this recent season of Attack on Titan. I was like, oh my gosh, this is kind of like SMT. And I'm absolutely enjoying it. The thing is, I've gotten to a point where I can't even progress through the fucking story, man. JRPGs are fucking long. They are fucking long, dude. And again, I don't know whose idea this was, but I've somehow hit this like filler in a video game. I hit filler in a video game where I have to do side quests to become like the best fucking hunter in all of fucking Mikado or whatever the hell. I'm just sitting there like they're literally forcing me to do side quests so that I can continue the main fucking story, and I'm just all like, I want to hurt somebody. I want to die. Like, shout out to my last video, yeah, talking about Persona 4, the game that saved my life. Well, Shin Megami Tensei 4 makes me regret making that decision. I should be dead. Ooh, bro, it's my life. I can make that joke. Man, I was having so much fun with this game, dude. But it's like, at this point, I've come to the realization that I think I'm literally just playing this game so that I can say I beat it. At this point, man, because I have no clue if I'm having fun anymore. It's been a long ass time since I've hit like anything that has to do with story, and I'm just like, bro, shit. I'm literally playing this game. It's weird. It's a pride thing. I don't want Shin Megami Tensei 4 to beat me. It sounds strange, but I feel as though Atlas, those motherfuckers over at Atlas, made this game, and they was just all like, man, we gonna put some wild shit in this motherfucker. Ain't nobody finishing this game, and I just can't allow that to be me. I'm not gonna be a fucking statistic. I'm gonna be part of the 1%. I don't know what to do with myself. Honestly. Another washed up meme, yeah. But honestly, every RPG player needs to play an SMT game. Legitimately. And you know what? I'm actually gatekeeping RPG players. You're not a real JRPG player until you've played and beaten an SMT game. And yes, that means I am not a JRPG player at all yet.
But I will be.
By the way, I'm joking, lads. Despite how opinionated I sound, I am not a Redditor. I do not care about what your gaming credentials are. Call yourself whatever the fuck you want, mate. But I'll be honest, lads. SMT has changed me, you lot. I have a friend, yeah, and he was on the final boss of Persona 5. And he had to ring me up because he was all like, man, this game is hard. And I remember, I just felt like he was subhuman. Like, how can you be so Persona hard? I almost wanted to drive to his house and strangle him at that moment. I couldn't fathom that oxymoron of a fucking sentence. It was the most idiotic thing I've ever heard of my life. He said Persona's hard, while I'm over here getting my tonsils pushed in by Minotaur. SMT changes you. It does. You unlock something within yourself when you play SMT. And that's why I implore you all to load up your favorite console and play a Shin Megami Tensei game. Because trust me, you will regret it. It's been Justice. Thanks for watching. Peace.